AI use. So, first of all, let me begin by first explaining what is generative AI. And the thing that you have to understand is, unlike traditionally, we had what was a rule-based program system. Do this, then output this. But now we have a system where a computer program can learn vast amounts, actually the whole of the internet, and make reasonings and pattern recognitions of that. All generative AI is a system that has recognized patterns and then can generate text, audio, images, and video. That's all that this technology is. So it's just a sophisticated pattern recognition system rather than a thinking being. And one of the things that you must avoid doing is anthropomorphizing AI. And this can lead to students overestimating its capabilities, forming unhealthy attachments. We want students to see AI, I want you to see AI as a powerful tool, not a friend or foe. I'm not going to go through this, but throughout this presentation, there's lots of bits where you can go deep diving, and Ben Garside from Raspberry Pi Foundation does an excellent talk on on why we shouldn't anthropomorphize. This is possibly one of the key reasons why we shouldn't anthropomorphize. This is actually not even the first occurrence of this as well. And it is kind of the situation where we should kind of ask our students, do you have a relationship with an AI? If you are feeling suicidal, come speak to a human. This is actually becoming a bit more common because people have put this anthropomorphization into it.
Now this story is very difficult.
Sorry. But on the flip side, here is hope for humans. And the wonderful Ben Affleck sort of sums this up in a really great way.
Imitative verse, that sounds a little beat, and it cannot write you Shakespeare. The function of having two actors, or three or four actors in a room, and the taste to discern and construct that is something that currently entirely eludes AI's capability, and I think will for a meaningful period of time. What AI is going to do is going to disintermediate the more laborious, less creative, and more costly aspects of filmmaking that will allow costs to be brought down, that will lower the barrier to entry, that will allow more voices to be heard, that will make it easier for the people who want to make Good Will Huntings to go out and make it. Look, AI is a craftsman at best. Craftsmen can learn to make stickly furniture by sitting down next to somebody and seeing what their technique is and imitating. That's how large video models, large language models, basically work. A library of vectors of meaning and transformers that interpret it in context, right? But they're just cross-pollinating things that exist. Nothing new is created.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet, and really, in order to do that, look, craftsman is knowing how to work, art is knowing when to stop. And I think knowing when to stop is going to be a very difficult thing for AI to learn because it's taste.
And I think that same principle works for us as teachers. Probably not taste, but our teaching instincts. I don't think that can be replaced by an AI. So let's start with the first activity. Let's get jumped in on your devices. Depending on your experience, if you feel like if you've never touched generative AI before, do start at the acquire stage. If you've had a little bit of a go into the deepen. And if you feel that I'm ready to be stretched, then go to create. So this is how I've differentiated the activity. Starting off, those of you that are wanting to start from the beginning, go to ChatGTP, which doesn't actually necessarily need you to log in. That's something to remember with your students as well. And ask it to explain how you work to a 14-year-old student. What I want you all to do is to come up with an explanation that you can use to explain generative AI to your students. For those who want to get a little bit further, Google Gemini is available. I was just trying to get the technical thing of it working on the phone, but you go to Google, you just type in Google Gemini. You can either use that through a browser or log in. If you log in with the school account, I'm just wondering, George, do you think has that been ready yet?
I think it should work.
It should work. You can use that on the phone. This next task, explain how Gen AI works with an example without anthropomorphizing it. And if you want to go further, go to an AI tool called Claude and create a subject-specific analogy explaining AI's pattern recognition. I'm going to give you, I think, 2 minutes to do that. And what I've done is I've gotten an AI to make some music for us for that. Give it a second. So, the anthropomorphizing debate is there's a very big debate now going on with AI fluency of whether to do it. It sounds so normal. It's like, okay, if I make it sound like it's a human being, and this is how the marketing is done with a lot of these AI organizations because they want people to pick this up, but it has huge side effects. So anthropomorphizing is the idea of making it seem human when it's not and giving it human-like qualities. Hopefully you've all had a go. I'm going to move on and say that this is the beginning of the task. We've got another task that will link to this. But if I could get you all just to pause a moment on that and have a look at the next phase of where we're going. The next topic